Now we're going to look at subtraction. Subtraction is the same concept as addition. What you're really doing, however, is you're just simply removing items instead of putting items together. So let's say, for example, we have these numbers here. I have 9 ones, 4 tens. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 9 ones, remove 1 1, and that will leave me with 8. Then I have 4 tens, subtracting from, and from that 4 tens I am taking away 3 tens, which turns out to be 1, and I get my answer 18. Again, let's look at the numbers. We see that we have ones, tens, hundreds. So now I have 4 ones, and I'm removing 2 ones, which leaves me with 2. And now I have 7 tens, and I'm removing 9 tens from it, which is impossible to do. So what I need to do is I need to take 100 from here, which leaves me with 2 hundreds, and place it in the tens column. How many hundreds do you think adds up to, tens do you think add up to 100? The number of tens that add up to 100 is 10 tens would make 100. After all, if you look at it, if a 10 is in the position here in the tens column, it would mean that you would have 0 tens and 1 hundreds. In other words, if I combine the numbers, it is 10 tens. 10 tens will be equal to 100. So 10 tens plus the 7 tens will give me a 17. So usually what people do is they say, okay, well, if it's 17, then all I would have to do is simply put a little 1 at the top with the 7 or in front of the 7, and that will represent my 17 there. So 17 minus 9 will leave us with 8, and we put 8 over here. Now that I have 2 here in the top part, and then I have 1, I'm taking 2 hundreds and I'm subtracting 100, and I will be able to get 100. And the answer is 182. Now let's look at this question, the last one. This one is going to be much more different. We are going to end up with a negative answer. In other words, we're going to end up with an integer value. And I want you to pay attention to how it works. So let's go normal fashion again. We have ones, tens, and hundreds column. And we even have, this is 100. And we even have a thousands column now. TH. So we're going to take 4 fours away. We're going to take 4 ones away from 4. So we end up with a first answer of 0. Then we're going to take 2 tens away from 8 tens, which gives us a remainder of 6 tens. Then we are going to take 0 away from 7 hundreds. So 0 hundreds away from 7 hundreds will give us 7 remaining. And then if we look at this last part here, we have 0 thousands, but we don't have any numbers further than the thousands to borrow from, or in other words, to break down to this point. So what we have to do is take that -1 and place it back here, -1. And we get an answer of -1760 as our answer, because we have nothing to take further from, which is why the answer is negative.